Hello, everyone, and welcome to Guildmaster Gaming. I'm Dan Yoakum. Today, what I'm doing is I'm giving a first impressions of the game book Carcosa, which is by Geoffrey McKinney for the Lamentations of the Flame Princess. Now, if you're not familiar with Lamentations of the Flame Princess, first thing only, it's like it says right here. This is for adults only. They recommend for 14 on up, and that's because this contains explicit descriptions and illustrations of vile black magic and violence. Now, to kind of give you a quick read of what it says on the backside. Men of 13 races fight for life and power, ignorant of their common past. When the other tools fail, foul sorcery is wielded without compunction. Enigmatic and inhuman space aliens have crash landed on the world. Their psionic warriors turn the tables on the uncaring great old ones with strange technology. From the stars and beyond, time's provenance, risking blasphemous madness and worse to tame the hostile planet and push back the darkness for a time. So this is a wrap cover that's on there. So if you're actually seeing the book on the shelf, you might just see it as its black cover with a black imprint with a green sun or moon there. So it's a little bit harder to just see it this way. Now, this has a lot to it. As you can tell, this is a good sized book for everything that's there. So I think it's really important because I am kind of a person that likes my H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu stuff, but it says Carcosa is not Tolkien, high fantasy, or mainstream fantasy. It is equal parts horror, science fiction, and sword and sorcery. It is H.P.'s Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, Robert E. Howard's Worms of the Earth, and A Witch Shall Be Born, Lynn Carter's Carcosa's Story About Holly, and Michael Moorcock's While the Gods Laugh. So if you're familiar with those works, you'll have an idea of what this is kind of about. It has that darker kind of the sorcery side, which is Lamentations of the Flame Princess. Now, the first impression is that there's a lot of good information here. It starts out with a big hex map of the world. This does not take place on Earth, but it has kind of a cross feel to it. And then it has some different charts throughout, some art. Have to be kind of careful where I kind of flip to kind of show some of this. Different things, all sorts of descriptions of the who you can play. There's only 2 classes for this variation of this. Now, I also know Lamentation of the Flame Princess can be adapted very easily to, OSR games, and that's what it's kind of based for. You can see some of the artwork kind of shows that Cthulhu-esque vision, and it even has the Cthulhu monsters that the Hex Crawl has put up a lot. When you get past all the monsters, it actually has the hex crawl set up by the hex of what can be encountered in every location. So there's something that can happen wherever you go. Now, one advantage I saw about this one is after you get through that, it does have an adventure to kind of introduce you to the world and all of this. Getting back to the page here, the Fungoid Gardens of the Bone Sorcerer. So there is that there also. So you can actually bring your characters into it. This is one of those games that, from the way I was just the first glance at it, is it could make a really good standalone or a filler game if you got some things going on. You want to give people a little bit of a shock into the world. Or with the way it's set up there, it gives you a lot of great basis for starting a campaign in the world of Carcosa. So that's my first impressions. Once I get everything we play through it a little bit and take a closer look, I'll write up a review and get that published, and we'll link everything together so you can see what my gaming group also thought of playing in this world of dark sorcery. So thanks for joining me. If you like this, please subscribe and share this information to others who you think might be interested in this type of game.